Not all storms come to disrupt our life. Some come to clear our path. Coming to Australia was no less than a storm for me, which changed my life forever. After graduating from a prestigious engineering institute of Pakistan, I started working for the government. It was an upscale job, and you can imagine its grandiosity that the departmental meeting was chaired by the Prime Minister. But I always had a spark to grow more, to widen my horizons, and to gain diversity of experience. That is why I chose Australia as my dream destination. With big dreams, high hopes, and a mindset of success, I landed in Australia on 9 September 2012. It was a bright sunny day, around 2 in the afternoon. I passed through the customs and border protection smoothly because my luggage did not have any curry, a mango, or any other seed. By then, I started having a vibe that this country has a different language and culture. I went to a taxi and asked the driver, "Will you go to Mandura?" He was surprised. He looked at me and looked through his maps and said, "Mike, there is no place in whole WA with the name Mandura." Then I showed him the address, at which he gave me a very weird look and said, "Mike, this is Mandra, not Mandura." Then he asked me, "How are you going, Mike?" I was confused. I said, "In your car." He again gave me a very bizarre look. The conversation kept going, and I asked him, "Do you have any plans in the evening?" He said, "Might go for a barbie over a mate's house, have a few tinnies, smoke a few curries, and probably get smashed." For a while, I was stunned and silent. I did not understand a single word. I took a deep breath and said, "It sounds amazing." I really felt that my life has changed forever, and I have 3 challenges: a new country, a new culture, and a new language. Getting a job in the land down under was not easy for me. Besides applying online, I even dropped my resume by hand in every construction company you can name. One day, I started walking from Kings Park and dropped my resume in every building till I reached the end of St. George's Terrace. The excruciating sunlight turned me from a milk chocolate to a dark chocolate, as you can see. To pay for my bills, I even started searching for odd jobs. You can imagine how desperate I was to get a job that one fine day I went to an adult store in Inalu. Believe me, there I saw things which were not known to me before. Eventually, I accepted a job offer from Coles over the adult store because it was easier for me to sell carrots than vibrators. Deep in the heart, I was frustrated with my decision of relocation to Australia. I was very sad and started cursing myself. Then one day, when I was putting veggies in the freezer of Coles, an old man came to me and said he has been observing me for many days. He asked me, "Are you married?" I said, "No." He said, "Then why your face is as long as a wet week?" I told him about all the tough time I went through and how life was not going as per my expectations. He consoled me and said, "Son, be strong and keep reminding yourself that everything happens for a reason. Take every experience positively and learn from it. In the end, everything will make sense." These words changed my life forever. I pledged that I will always remain contented, no matter whatever the situation would be, and will never lose hope. This paradigm changed my whole attitude towards life. I started becoming optimistic. I joined various communities, participated in numerous volunteer activities, and made new Australian friends, and continued to widen my horizons. Then I noticed that my thoughts were becoming things, and the universe has started rearranging itself for me. In cricket, I started picking up every catch. In Tinder, I started receiving more swipes. In cooking, my food became delicious. Then one day, out of the blue, something strange happened. A hiring manager from one of the construction company called me for an interview. He interviewed me for an hour and threw every possible ball to knock me out. I played all his Yorkers, bouncers, and hit some sixers on some full tosses. In the end, he declared me man of the interview and offered me the job straight away. At that moment, I realized that the skills I have learned through various odd jobs have changed my life forever. They have made me a very good decision maker, an analytical thinker, a resilient, confident, and composed person who builds instant, deep connections with people. I was overjoyed with tears in my eyes. Indeed, coming to Australia was a very big decision for me that changed my life forever. It taught me that every event has a purpose and every setback has its lesson. I realized that failure of any kind, professional or personal, is essential for personal development. I learned that a river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. persistence, and positive attitude guarantees that results are inevitable. My journey was not a bed of roses, but a valley of thorns that has pushed me out of my comfort zone and changed my life forever.